Okay, so how and why did I move back to Puerto Rico as a no Sabo kid? So it all started because I was born in Ponce. My parents were born in Ponce, my grandparents were raised in Ponce, my great grandparents were raised in Ponce, and I was the first one in my family to kind of like be raised in the States because of my dad's job. So when I was 5, we moved to New York. I learned English, and then pretty much since then, I like never used Spanish. In school, we used English. My friends spoke English. I have 2 younger brothers, and one of them had to go to speech therapy when he was younger, and the speech therapist told my mom not to teach him Spanish and English because it would confuse him, which is BS in my opinion. But because of that, yes, we use Spanish in the house, but we also started using English. So it just became a point where I just never used Spanish really. I would only use Spanish when I came back to visit. Slowly and slowly it became more and more difficult to form sentences, which also, to be fair, because I left the island when I was 5, I only had the Spanish level of a 5-year-old. And it wasn't until college that I started to like reconnect what it was being Boricua. And after Hurricane Maria, I started to like really learn into the history of Puerto Rico and its relationship with the US and just all the corruption and all the long history that it has. And so that kind of made me even more proud to be from Puerto Rico. But it also gave me this fire in me where I was like, okay, I want to do my part to kind of save the island and like rebuild it in hopefully independence, in my opinion. It's funny because it wasn't until April that I decided that I was gonna move here, and then in July I moved here a month ago. So it was a pretty fast turnaround, but it just kind of seemed like it was never gonna be the perfect time to do it. I was like, you know what, I really want to move out of Texas at this point. I wanted to relearn Spanish. Also at the same time, my grandparents here, you know, they're getting older. I'm not sure how much longer I have with them, and so I really wanted to come back and spend more time with them. And then also having that, you know, political time clock in the back of my head of, you know, every single year things Rocky, sorry, my dog. Every year I was seeing, you know, more and more things about Luma, more and more things about investors coming in, buying land, kicking people out, all that. And so I just kind of was like, okay, at this point in my life, my career is in social media management, content creation. I have a film background, and one of my goals has always been to create like a documentary or some sort of like web series and bringing more people's eyes on not only stories on the island, but like how exactly we got here and how exactly it is possible for Puerto Rico to become independent, because it is possible and there are steps that have to be taken, but it's going to be a lot of hard work. And one of those things that helps is people from the diaspora coming back. So I'm trying to do my part. I'm not perfect. I'm also trying to shop as local as I can. So, you know, instead of going to Walmart for everything, I'm trying to do my best and, you know, finding those little small stores. But as much as I do try to romanticize it, I'm grateful for the gorgeous yunque and the gorgeous beaches, and I'm happy to be closer to my family. At the same time, it's difficult. I mean, obviously, you know what you're signing up